NFC Championship game. The Vikings are at the Eagles in the late game. Kickoff is at 6:40. This game features 2 top 5 defenses. Which defense has the edge, Locke?
Minnesota's sneaky good. You don't realize how good they are until you're like, wow.
They just won this game.
They're pretty darn good, and you watch them, you're like, they play smart, safe football. And, I mean, that's what you're going to see, I think, with both these teams, with Foles relying on his defense and Keenum relying on their defense. Both these teams are okay on offense, but just that defense is darn scary.
Yeah. The matchups that I look at, and first let me answer my own question, which defense I think has the edge. I think the Vikings defense has the edge because I think Case Keenum is a better quarterback than Nick Foles. I think, and here's some stats right here that I thought were interesting with Nick Foles. So who would I have? And that just matches up side by side to me. I got the Vikings defense because of Case Keenum, and I have Case Keenum because of the Vikings defense. Case Keenum led the Vikings to a top 10 scoring offense. They were 11th in yards, 7th in rushing. Okay? I think he could lead, and he had multiple 30-point games during the regular season. Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph, Thiesem, these guys, he has better weapons. These guys are going to help him out, and that's what's going to give the edge against Nick Foles. Nick Foles hasn't had a game. Outside of one game out of the 4 games he's played, they reached over 20 points. Case Keenum, 11 out of 17 of the games, 22 points or more. And so they could score. I'm not saying it's going to be easy because it's not, but they could score. We've seen Keenum come from behind under pressure as well. For example, last week. How clutch was he? People say Luck. I say, hey, yes, Luck.
He made a play,
yes,
though.
I'm clutch. He made a play under pressure. He could have called it in. But look, they made a play off. Wasn't it off the timeout, too? Off a timeout?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It was off a timeout from the Saints. So they had time to regroup and all that. I think Case Keenum is tested. Is he the sexiest quarterback in the world? Oh, he's going to throw 300 yards, 400 yards? No, absolutely not. But he's been more tested than Nick Foles has been this season. And Foles, to me, I'm not saying he lucked out with Matt Ryan and this goofy offense, but he was okay last week. I gave him praise. He was all right. Wasn't great. He was good enough. Better than Matt Ryan that day. But will he be better than Case Keenum?
And that's the thing. Both these teams are asking their quarterbacks to be okay. They're asking them to not lose the game. Neither of these teams can go out neither of these quarterbacks can go out and win a game on their back. They can't be like, you know what, I'm going to go throw 4 touchdowns like a Breeze, like a Rodgers, like a Ryan, like a Brady. Like, they can't do that. But they can play safe, smart football, hand the ball off, and let their defense do their job. And that's how Minnesota's done this year. That's why they've been successful, and that's why they're in this place.
And again, I don't see the Eagles moving the ball that effectively. One thing I want to point out, though, Drew Brees last week in the first half, they played an elite quarterback in Drew Brees. Nobody's going to take that away from him. He threw 2 interceptions in the first half. He was struggling. So this Vikings defense has already seen elite quarterbacks who've won already. Nick Foles, I'm not going to say it's going to be a complete breeze, but it's going to be a lot easier than playing against a Drew Brees. Like Drew Brees up here, Nick Foles, could be okay.
Right, just like looking at their schedule, I mean, they hold New Orleans to 19, first game of the season. They've held, let's see here, who else? LA to 7, another pretty good offense. Green Bay to 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Wait a minute, though.
Oh, wait, was that...
fact check. Was that no Aaron Rodgers?
Week 6, let me double check.
Because I'm thinking everybody held Green Bay under
that
a great amount without Aaron Rodgers.
That I have to double check. But, I mean, you look at this defense, and it's just a swarming attacking defense.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. The Eagles, we're not gonna sit here and lie to folks. Eagles have an outstanding defense as well. They're great against the run, in the top 5 in yards allowed. But one thing that I will say is they're not that good against the pass.
Yeah,
they've given up a lot of big plays, and I think that's gonna open up the door for Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph, guys like that to make some plays down the field.
That was without Rodgers, so I did just double check that. So obviously that's a totally different team.
Very, very different type of team. But for Green Bay to comment on that, they defensively they've had injuries, offensively they had injuries. But back to the Vikings, all season long they've seen great quarterbacks. They've seen guys, pretty good quarterbacks like Stafford. I'm just saying the Eagles this postseason, Matt Ryan. They've seen Matt Ryan. Now they're going to see Case Keenum, which some people could argue that Case Keenum has maybe had a better year than Matt Ryan, more momentum. So that's something to play into consideration. The Eagles' defense, like I was saying, they're great against the run, in the top 5 overall yardage, but they've given up big plays, 40-yard plays down the field. They're in the top 10 in the NFL giving up 40-plus yard plays. And I think that's what's going to propel the Vikings to win. My score from this game is going to be 23-10. I think Nick Foles will throw a couple interceptions. That's my final score.
No, yeah, I agree. It's going to be a low-scoring battle and war where it's going to be a field position game and safe plays, and I got 20-17. No, I'm going to go 23-17 Minnesota.
So you got the Vikings as well, too.
Yeah.